Mabuhay! Good day everyone, I am Merdit Chain Ventura and today I'm going to talk about the case study 2. What happened in the Cavite Mutiny? The year 1872 is a historic year of two events, the Cavite Mutiny and the martyrdom of the three priests, which are Mariano Gomez, Jose Borges, and Jacinto Zamora. Later on immortalized as Gorborza. These events are very important milestones in the Philippines' history and have caused ripples throughout time, directly influencing the decisive events of the Philippines Revolution toward the end of the century. While the significance is questioned, what made this year controversial are the different sides to the story. A battle of perspectives supported by primary sources. In this case study, we zoom in to the event of the Cavite Mutiny, a major factor in the awakening of nationalism among Filipino. Now, on this part, we're going to talk about the Spanish account of the Cavite Mutiny. The documentation of Spanish historian Jose Montero Vidal centered on how the event was an attempt in overthrowing the Spanish government in the Philippines. Although regarded as a historian, his account of the mutiny was criticized as woefully biased and rabid for a scholar. Another account from the official report written by the Governor General Rafael Izquierdo, implicated the native clergy, who were then active in the movement toward secularization of parishes. These two accounts corroborated each other. Now, the primary sources expert from Monterio's account of the Cavite community. As you can see, the sources have the Jose Monterio and many more about in the Manila National Bookstore in 1990 from 269 to 273. And now, the obligation of privileges enjoyed by the laborers of the Cavite arsenal of exemption from the tribute was, according to some, the cause of insurrection. There were, however, other causes. The Spanish Revolution, which overthrew a secular throne, the propaganda carried on by an unbridled press against monarchical principles, a tendency of the most sacred respect towards the dethroned majesty. The democratic and republican books and pamphlets, the speeches and preaching of the post of these new ideas in Spain, the outbursts of the American publics, and the criminal policy of the senseless governor whom the revolutionary government sent to govern the Philippines, and who put into practice these ideas were the determining circumstances which gave rise, among certain Filipino, the idea of attaining their independence. It was toward this goal that they started to work, with the powerful assistance of a certain section of the native clergy, who, out of spite toward friars, made common cause with the enemies this time, but especially in the beginning of year 1872, the authorities received anonymous communications with the information that a great uprising would break out against the Spaniards. The minute the fleet at Cavite left for the south, and that all would as- assassinated, including the friars. But nobody gave importance to this notice. The conspiracy had been going on since the days of La Torre with utmost secrecy. At times, the principal leaders meet either in the house of Filipino Spaniard Doctor Joaquin Pardo de Tavera, or in the of the native priest sent to Zamora, and these meetings were usually attended by the current of Bakur, the soul of movement, whose energetic character and immense wealth enable him to exercise a strong influence.
Mabuhay, good day ma'am. So next topic is different accounts of the events of 1872. So the Cavite Mutiny was an uprising by the Filipino soldiers and laborers in the Spanish arsenal in Cavite. So Dr. Trinidad Hermenegildo Pardo de Tavera, he is a Filipino researcher and scholar and who wrote the Filipino version of the bloody incident in the Cavite. According to Tavera, this was not a fight for independence but a protest against the strict policies of Governor Rafael Izquierdo. So, he is a Spanish military officer and colonial governor who served as the Governor General of the Philippines from 1871 to 1873. So, si Governor Esquerdo took away to certain privileges like tax exemptions and the right to open a trade school. Tavera thought nga ang Spanish friars ug si Governor Esquerdo was exaggerated the mutiny to maintain their power. At that time, the Spanish government in Madrid ganahan sila nga limitahan ang kontrol sa mga praile sa mga schools o government matters. Agi-ani gigamit sa mga praile ang mga rebelde as an excuses para sugpuin ang mga reformang Filipino nga nagdahilan sa pagbitay kay Gomborza, the three priests nga naakusahan sa pagkasangkot. Despite this, the Spanish government introduced educational reforms such as religious schools into new Philippine Institute and for the teachers had to pass exams para ma-qualified and many Filipinos agreed and supported this kind of change.
Mabuhay and good afternoon. So today I will be discussing about the primary source excerpts from Montero's accounts of the Cavite Mutiny. So source Jose Montero y Vidal, Spanish version of the Cavite Mutiny of 1872, in Gregorio Zaid and Sonia Zaid. Documentary Sources of Philippine History, Volume 7, Manila, National Bookstore, 1990 to 269 to 273. The abolition of privilege enjoyed by the laborers of the Cavite external exceptions from the tribute was, according to some, the cause of the interruption. There were, however, other causes. Next. So, the Spanish Revolution, which overthrew a circular throne, the propaganda carried on by an unbridled press against monarchical principles, attentatory sake of the most sacred respects toward the dethroned majesty. The Democratic and Republican books and pamphlets, the speeches and preachings of the apostles and of these new ideas in Spain. So the outcome of American policies are the criminal policy of the censors of governor whom the revolutionary government sent to govern the Philippines, and who put into practice these ideas were the determining circumstances which gives rise, among certain Filipinos, to the new idea of attaining their independence. It was towards this goal that they started to work, with the powerful assistance of a certain section of the native clergy, who the powerful assistance of a certain section toward friars. made common cause with the enemies of the mother country. At various times, but especially in the beginning of year 1872, the authorities received anonymous communicators with the information that a great uprising would break out against the Spaniards. The minute the fleet of Cavite left for the south, and that all would be assassinated, including the friars. But nobody gave importance to this notice. The conspiracy had been going on since the days of La Torre with utmost secrecy. At times, the principal leaders met either in the house of Filipino Spaniard, the Joaquin Bardo de Tavera, or in that of the native priest, Jacinto Zamora, and these meetings were usually attended by the curate of Bacor, the soul of the movement, whose energetic character and immense wealth enabled him to exercise of his strong influence. And that's all. Thank you.
Mabuhay! Good afternoon, everyone. Before we proceed to our next topic or report, I will tackle to you, and I know some of you is familiar na about the Gomborza. And Gomborza is the collective name of the three martyred priests. These are Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora. Sila ay naging simbolo ng paglaban sa kolonyal na pang-aapi ng Espanyol. And did you know that binitay sila noong Pebrero 17, 1872? And kabalo naman jud kayo mo about anang Gomborza. So, ang ikapito nating i-report ko ngayon ay ang 7. This establish of an Institute of Civil Administration in the Philippines, centering unnecessary the sending home of short-term civil officials every time there is a change of ministry. So, this ikapito ay nag-aim siya to ensure that government will know the familiar the local context, culture, and governance needs. So, mo na gi-aim sa number 7. And the next is study of direct tax system. So, familiar naman kaayo na to ng tax, no? Especially like mag-business. So, this assessing the possibility of implementing taxes that would be directly collected from individuals based on their income. So, kung magnegosyo ka, naakay plan magnegosyo, nananadjud na nga magkuan ang government o tax sa imo, magbayad ka tax. Not just like mga business like kuan, like sa shopping, di ba makita na to na sa resibo nga murag na apoy tax nato siya, like gabayad ka tax. But then, ang atong taxes di ra po siya masayang kay kuan pa na siya sa project or like ini na ay mga like may mga bagyo na diha pud magkuha ang government na. And the last is the number 9, abolition of the tobacco monopoly. So this established by the Spanish government kining tobacco monopoly, where tobacco production and sale were strictly controlled by them. So ang farmers sana is free siya mabaligya basta makakuan lang siya. But then controlled ra Japon sila sa Spanish government in terms of the tobacco monopoly. That's all for today. Mabuhay and thank you.